Welcome, everybody, to the MCU podcast, also known as Movies, Comics, Ultra. That's what I'm going with this week.
Should have gone with Ultron.
No, we got to build up to Ultron.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a few other episodes that we have to lead into Ultron. But
that is true.
I am Brandon, of course, also known as Fragger, and you are?
I'm Chris, also known as Rolo T.
Yup. And we're here to talk about some Marvel-based things. Hopefully I'm not too surly today.
I don't think there's anything that's happened within the past day that would make someone surly. It kind of rained a little bit.
It did actually rain a little, but I love the rain. Rain is one of my
So why are you surly? It rained.
Okay.
Everything's coming up, Brandon.
Yeah, exactly. A good way to describe my last day is that my computer's been down for the past 48 hours, and I think about a half an hour before I started messaging Chris on Skype, it worked. So, yeah, and it's like hanging on by a thread. So I'm going to try to be as happy as I can be today. But unfortunately, I missed some of the important things that happened this past couple of days.
Like what? What did you miss?
Well, I missed the fact that there was a Q&A for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, there was.
That's the thing that I missed that was major, because I was actually going to sit down and take part as it watched, because I have no questions. I don't want to know things. And then watch the exclusive trailer afterwards, and then my computer goes so yeah, but I watched the trailer. Did you?
Yes, I have seen the trailer as well.
Did you see any of the questions and answers?
Yeah, I actually did read a couple of those. I kind of followed along bits and pieces with it. I didn't read every single question, but I kind of followed along, I think, a couple different times just to see what was popping in and out. There's some interesting questions in there.
Yeah.
There are a couple definitely, like, sort of confirmation theories people have had, like, oh, Vin Diesel is going to be the voice of Thanos, and, that was confirmed, but no, Thanos is not going to be voiced by Vin Diesel, it's going to be someone else.
Okay.
Trying to think of any, like, huge things that are in there. I think Cosmo might show up in the movie. I'm not 100%. That may have been a different interview, and I'm mixing some of the information. But most of it was just kind of like, how's so-and-so in on this? A lot of Karen Gillian questions. I guess I'm not a Doctor Who guy.
Yeah.
But I guess that a lot of her Doctor Who fans are following her into this, because it was a lot of questions of like, oh, what is it like to shave your head? What do you think about Nebula? Would you rather her or Amy Pond? A lot of questions for her. A couple questions for Batista. There was a somewhat amusing backstage thing that I guess there was like a practical joke they all played on Batista where they'd all just start dancing and like acting like it was just something they were all supposed to be doing. They finally got Batista in on it, and he's just like doing like the lamest dance ever. They got like the entire cast to start dancing, so apparently that'll be in the extras. But no, I mean, there's not a tremendous amount of stuff. A lot of stuff you've kind of already heard again, like the Vin Diesel, I am Groot, how much emphasis he's placing on every line of I am Groot being intrinsically and just fascinatingly different from the last.
Which is awesome. I do love that.
Oh, yeah. I'm all for it. Especially, knowing more of what I know about Groot's character from reading the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, the Q&A was mostly just for funsies. There wasn't a whole lot of like big substantial news dropped in.
We're still too far out for that.
Yeah, and it's also a matter of like, you don't want to spoil too much.
You don't want to spoil too much. This is their big wild card of a movie. They don't want to give too much away. I mean, I'm more interested in when people are going to start talking to James Gunn and whatnot after it's out.
Yeah,
that's going to be some of the more interesting stuff's going to pop out after that. But we're not going to be there for a little while.
He even noted, he's like, my last 2 years have just been nonstop Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, so I wouldn't be shocked if he takes a little bit of a break from things after this is done.
Also depends on how well it does, though. If the movie does, like, gangbusters...
Oh, yeah, you can imagine Guardians of the Galaxy 2 will be on the way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, based off of the trailer itself, though, they're not setting us up to be a one-off. This is something that I think that they're going to be looking to continue with, assuming it doesn't like completely fail, which I can't imagine it would at this point.
Well, let's talk about the trailer here for a second. The new trailer number dos. Holy crap.
Really good trailer.
Yeah, I like the fact that, one, Hooked on a Feeling is at the theme for the movie, which is awesome. I really love that. I love the fact it kept the tone completely. They didn't say like, "Oh, let's make it a little darker and grittier," because marketing people. No, it kept the exact same tone. I think they may have picked some weird takes from Bradley Cooper.
They got some weird takes from him. He's definitely. Well, here's the thing. They're not going with the same voice I've heard in basically every other incarnation of the character, which is like this really weird British guy.
Yeah.
Anytime I see him in the comic books, I'm like, I never imagined this character sounding British. But they got some cool little bits from him. Nothing like hilarious though. And
Yeah.
that's what's strange, because I really thought this is the character that's like the dark horse, like the Hulk in Avengers, the character who the kids are gonna love and just kind of steal the show away from them. Kind of characters. So you'd think they try to entice that with the trailers it sells.
And I think what they're doing is they're playing it smart. They're letting the kids latch onto things smartly as opposed to feeding it to them.
Mm-hmm. And it may be that they're just like, look, let's not market this to kids. Let's try to hit more of the Chris Pratt 20-year-old, 30-year-old college kid kind of audience with the, the 80s music and all these kind of some good, some bad, see what happens, all that sort of stuff.
And let's be honest, when it comes to marketing things to kids, when you specifically market it to the kids, half the time doesn't work.
Yeah. And you just alienate another audience who are just going to be like, oh, it's just for kids. Like, oh, it's just a fucking, like, it's like Over the Hedge, but for fucking Marvel movies. No thanks.
Yeah. But I have to say, my favorite moment of the trailer is with Groot and the flower.
Groot and the flower is very sweet.
It's fucking adorable. It's like, my God.
I'm really hoping they're going to do a lot with Groot, because he seems like he's got a lot that he can have going for him. The one thing I liked a lot, and I'm reading the Guardians of the Galaxy comics that you recommended.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still I still got a little bit left in it, but I'm really enjoying it. And the one thing I was really excited about is when you see them in the ship and you see them going towards nowhere.
Yeah.
Which is like a base of operations in the universe that's, built out of a former celestial.
Are you hoping who's there that I'm hoping who's there too?
I'm hoping, yes.
Yep.
I'm really hoping that person shows up there, because I'm glad they're not showing him in the trailers, because it'd be another thing of like, what the fuck is this?
And he's one of the greatest fucking characters.
But once you get him in there, I guarantee he's going to be fucking enjoyable for people to watch that.
Yes.
But no, I'm glad to see that was in there. I love the music choice in this, and I'm really getting more and more into Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. I really think he's going to really nail this role down. He seems to have this great charisma about him that seems so essential for the character. Mm-hmm. If you can nail it, you can create someone who's going to be on that Tony Stark tier where you're just like, that is an enigma kind of role. Someone who's so charismatic, just captures your attention off the bat. And I can completely see the similarities. People are saying, like, maybe we're getting another kind of Han Solo here almost, where you're getting this kind of, not anti-hero, but you're getting this roguish
you get the rogue
character. So I'm really excited for this. I really think Chris Pratt has some good stuff ahead of him.
And it's a good sign when the comics really amped you up for it too.
Oh yeah, I mean, reading the comics, I'm like, they have so much they can do with it. That's why I'm so that's why I'm so excited to see some of the stuff they're putting into this movie already. Like the fact that they're putting Nowhere in there is opening up doors to a lot of things.
And what the thing is too, it's showing them that they're not just going to play this movie as safe as they could.
Yeah, it's not like they're just like, look, let's take some of the properties and we'll put a space movie and then we'll just kind of, maybe it'll even be kind of related to the Marvel. It's like, no, let's do it and let's start fucking throwing some cosmic shit in there.
You just kind of want that guy from the Guardians comic. I forget the guy's name. He's like, I fucking hate cosmic.
Oh, fucking Flag, Randall,
yes.
Randall Flag.
Yes, I love that guy.
I do like him. It just every time pops up, fucking cosmic bullshit. I like that they're still doing the like, what the fuck are we doing with a Guardians in the Galaxy movie when John C. Reilly has another line where he's like, this probably isn't the best idea. Also, finally get a shot at Glenn Close as well.
Yes, I was going to just mention that. It was really cool seeing her pop up, as for anyone who does not know, her character is pretty much just Nick Fury in space.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm. And it's really going to be cool seeing her pop up there. And she had a line, and I was like, that line was good. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've watched the trailer a couple times now just to kind of get myself excited. There's something so cool about the scene at the very end, as they're going through the names, of just seeing them all walk down the hallway together in uniforms. I don't know why. It's such a fucking sucker thing for me to get into, but I'm just like, it's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Now, since you've been critical of the past, how does a little extra bit of Batista do for you?
Honestly, I'm starting to get more into the idea of Batista as this character. You know what? I think it may not have been the greatest decision for him to come back into wrestling in preparation to promote this, because he really came in at a bad time and bad stuff sort of happened that kind of put a negative attachment to his name.
Okay.
In terms of wrestling, he came in not at a good time for him to come back, so attached sort of a negative connotation to him. But as I see more and more of the character from the comics and seeing what I can from the movies, I feel like he can do a decent role in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he is capable of being a very entertaining guy, and I've started to appreciate him a lot more.
Okay.
So I'm not as worried about him. The one person I am starting to get worried about is Zoe Saldana, because they have not had her speak in any of the trailers yet, really.
Mm-hmm. She's been kind of just there.
Yeah, so I'm curious if it's just like, we just haven't had anything that really works there, or if they're just like, well, maybe she's not the best part of the movie. So I'm kind of hoping that, maybe it's they're leaving that in as a surprise.
You know what it might be?
Like, what's
if
that?
you notice, this trailer is a check mark for everything people have had some small issues with, and since no one's really brought her up that much, that's why she's not really in it.
It's yeah, and that's very possible.
Because like, what was one of the first things in this trailer?
Helmet's there, and you get to see how it like kind of doesn't like, it's not like an Iron Man helmet where it like chunks up and like goes into the top. It like, it's God, what's the like, digitizes almost away. So it's got like that cool effect to it that feels right for the way the Marvel universe has kind of set itself up. And I mean, it's possible. It's just, that's my one sort of skeptical thing right now, because now I've heard the voices.
Yeah,
got those. We clearly see that they are going to embrace some of the weirder sides.
Weirder than the face value weirder.
Yeah, weirder than just the raccoon that talks
with a tree buddy.
Yeah, they're going to embrace some really out there stuff and expand on this. So I'm excited for that. It's just, I need to see how Zoe Saldana is going to be as that Gamora, because Gamora is a fucking pimp ass character.
Yeah,
she's like Space Wolverine.
And the little bit that I think there was a little more of her actually in the first trailer, where she's fighting. I can't remember who she's actually fighting, but
I think is her name.
Yeah,
and the character.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, so she's got the physical presence, and the fact we haven't heard her talk yet is maybe because they're saying, oh, she's the assassin, and assassin usually not talky, so we're not having those like team moments of them conversing, which are some of the best parts of the comics, when they're just sitting there like when they're sitting there and nowhere, just like going at each other. I love those moments.
Assassin each other up.
Yup. And so I think that's kind of the reason. And as I said, they did just go through the checklist of things that people have been going, I don't know about that. Like they changed the song a little bit. They put a little, even though I really like, the original song choice, I think they went with a slightly more appropriate song for a trailer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then,
it definitely fits with it. And they still get the Yuga Chaka in there.
Yes. But it was just one of those things that's exactly what the trailer looked like to me. It's like, oh, some people didn't like this stuff. Let's show them everything. And the fact that they didn't put Jason, like Peter Jason Quill and all out, because I still can't believe that, like, the day that trailer hit, there was so much confusion. Like, why is he called Jason Quill? It's like, you didn't hear the Peter part? Hello? Idiots.
I don't know. They'll fucking look for anything to pick apart at that point.
Yeah, but, in the end, it's still a great trailer. We're still months out. 2 and change? It's like August 1st.
We're like 70, I think 70 days away.
Yeah.
A little under 70 at that point. So, yeah, just a little bit more than 2 months.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because this summer, basically, we're getting X-Men Days of Future Past this weekend, and then Edge of Tomorrow the weekend after that, and then fucking nothing until Guardians of the Galaxy. This is a really weak summer for movies.
But the thing is, though, in between those two is some other action movies that I couldn't give two shits about.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's nothing in between that. It's just like, are you really excited for fucking 22 Jump Street and Transformers? Because if you're not, you're kind of shit out of luck.
I don't know if there's enough alcohol at the bar near my theater for me to go see Age of Extinction.
You're going to have to, though. So you can see fucking Optimus Prime ride Grimlock around the entire world.
I don't think I can throw my headset hard enough. But no, I don't want to go into that. I really don't want to go into just how angry seeing those trailers makes me.
You don't need that rage today.
No, it's not like when I saw Godzilla this weekend and the first trailer popped up and all my friends just stared at me and went, "I'm so sorry, man."
Like, I know you really love that fucking robot dinosaur.
It's actually my dad's favorite character.
Oh.
Is Grimlock, and his reaction to Super Bowl trailer was, "How do you fuck up a dinosaur?" Thanks, Dad. But moving on to Marvel-based things, I think something else happened. We did get some more confirmation on a few things that happened in S.H.I.E.L.D., the S.H.I.E.L.D. finale. There's a few small things that they kind of brought up. One of the major things was the designs that they were writing that I caught about those, and I completely forgot that they were from a previous episode.
Yeah, I did notice that. There's still not a whole lot of theories as to what it might mean.
Mm-hmm.
At least not that I've really gotten into anything substantial, but yeah, I guess in episode 4 we saw that at one point.
Yeah, and the name of the episode is I Spy, for those of you wondering. And they mentioned, like, oh, it's the same exact stuff from that. I'm like, okay, that's actually kind of interesting. So at least there's a precedent for it in the series. And I guess we're going to go into mini spoilers here if you guys haven't seen the episode yet, which you should have by now, is that a lot of people thought Patton Oswalt's character was an LMD or a life model decoy. And they're like, he mentioned his brother, right?
Yeah, that was one thing I didn't realize until like afterwards that people mentioned. I was like, I guess they did set up that he had a brother. And at the time I was like, this is so weird. If he has a brother, how is he still able to play fucking Call of Duty with him through an internet connection that's clearly going to establish this place exists out in the middle of nowhere? And I was like, oh, secret S.H.I.E.L.D. server to another secret S.H.I.E.L.D. server that he plays with his brother, who's also a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
Yeah, so like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And they'll probably go into that because that is the biggest thing I'm seeing out there is that it's an LMD, and Marvel's like, no, he's not.
Yeah, Marvel's like, please.
Because I think it's like every other movie, LMDs are mentioned. And Marvel at this point is just saying, guys, we haven't introduced life model decoys yet. We know they were mentioned in Iron Man 2? Yeah, it was Iron Man 2. Because Tony Stark makes a joke. No, it was in Avengers. I'm sorry. Where he gets a call from Coulson and he goes, oh, you've reached the life model decoy of Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah.
And ever since then, everyone's been like, life model decoy, life model decoy. And they're like, no.
Some things are just Easter eggs, guys.
Yeah. The closest to an LMD that we might get might be Vision in the next Avengers. Which is one of the theories about that's what Vision might be. I'm like, that's an interesting way of doing Vision, would be an LMD.
It's worth contemplating.
Speaking of life model decoys, it was kind of weird how they brought them in one of the very first fucking episodes of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and like never again.
Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot of them since then.
It was just like, by the way, if yours a life model decoy, bam, and it's like, okay, that was a cheap gag.
I thought they used it sometime relatively recently with Maria Hill.
I think so, but
I could be just mixing things up.
The problem with life model decoys is 9 times out of 10 they're a gag.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a big fan of when they use them as that. Like, oh, this person died. Fooled you.
Gotcha.
And it's like,
it's always annoying.
Yeah, well, it's one of the ways to get away with comic book deaths.
Oh, yeah. Small little piece of kind of rumor news at this point. Nothing huge, but there was a interview with Mark Waid, who is the writing force behind Marvel's current run of Hulk and Daredevil. Mm-hmm. Basically asking if he has had any involvement with the movie side of either of those two properties. And he mentions he is actually working closely with the team working on the Daredevil Netflix series.
Nice.
Still no real confirmation on that. In regards to the Indestructible Hulk, he said there's rumors kind of going around about it. Here's his exact quote. There's rumors, sadly that's all I know. The thing about Marvel Publishing is that Marvel Studios has a hands-off approach with it, which is great. The Marvel films don't dictate how the stories go in the comics. They realize that the tail shouldn't wag the dog, but Marvel Publishing is sometimes the last people to know what they do in the movie. So nothing really big out of that. You do kind of get maybe the impression that they're toying with a new Hulk movie, but that really shouldn't be too much of a surprise at this point.
Yeah, they're at the point now where they can probably get away with a Hulk movie. It's just doing the right story. And I think what they're doing is they're probably saying, you know what, a Hulk movie, we could put that on the maybe list and see how Guardians and then what happens in Avengers 2, like how that pans out and what people like out of Avengers 2.
Yeah, and I mean, we got Avengers 3 on the docket for, I think, 2018?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a limited amount of space between then, and we already know we're definitely getting another Captain America. There's almost guaranteed to be another Thor, just hasn't been had a date announced for it. There's only so many room for properties, especially if they want to get anyone else new in outside of Ant-Man. So, yeah, there's maybe not going to be every single character in these, and that's why I'm thinking they might eventually start going towards more of the plot-driven movies and less of the character-specific ones. So getting like a War of Kings arc, we're getting this instead of a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 that features the War of the Kings arc,
or a like Thanos Imperative.
Or something like that. Something that can include multiple characters or multiple teams in their stories. That would be a movie or something like that. But yeah, a small little piece of news. It's interesting to see he's going to be working closely with the Daredevil series. I don't know much about Mark Waid, but from what I understand, I guess his work on those 2 runs is highly appreciated. So,
well, it's good that there's someone else at Daredevil who's good, who's not crazy.
Yeah.
Very, very happy that there's not a crazy Daredevil writer. I actually do need to sit down and read some of the more modern stuff, because I read a bit of the Man Without Fear stuff that Frank Miller did.
I've heard that some of the recent Daredevil stuff's been really good. It's kind of like I heard described as kind of like a swashbuckling sort of thing. And kind of just like high romance fun kind of stuff.
That's a weird way to do Daredevil. At least to me. I'm sorry. I'm used to the gritty noir.
Yeah, I think it might be kind of a callback more to his 70s times and his more recent sort of 90s Ben Affleck sort of noir stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably grab the Marvel Now imprint of Daredevil and see how that one goes. Speaking of comics, we're actually going to eventually start talking about the recommendation comics. But I didn't have time, unfortunately, since the last recording, because I was going to read them over the last couple days, and you might be able to guess I didn't really have the time. They're sitting on my tablet waiting to be read. I just haven't had the time.
Yeah. Well, next week I will probably be done with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So then we can definitely talk about it.
We can definitely talk about that. We also will have, and next week's, I don't know how many issues next week's is. I'll actually have to take a look at that, because I know what next week's is already. I've had this one planned.
Oh, okay.
But I actually have to see if it's available. I'm assuming it's available, but no more beating around the bush. We'll get into that at the end of the episode. So let's quickly talk about a little bit more of Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
I'm currently about halfway through season 2.
I'm a quarter.
Okay. We're very close.
Yeah, we're not communicating this well at all, are we?
You know what? I already finished the series. I'm just lying to kind of make you feel better. I'm just like, oh, wasn't that whole stuff with the Captain America, wasn't that super sweet?
Table flip. No, it's one of those things that there's only so many hours in the day.
Oh, yeah.
So usually I don't watch TV till the end of the night, and then I was up till like 4 o'clock in the morning watching, and I'm like, I should go to bed. I'm going to put on the Avengers to fall asleep. Then it was 5 o'clock in the morning.
You're like, I couldn't go to sleep. It was too good.
I know. It was one of those things, like when I was rewatching the Avengers, it was stuff like, oh, that part's coming up. I got to be awake through that.
Can't miss this.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose that is like the one advantage to Netflix constantly asking if you're still fucking there, is if you actually do fall asleep watching a TV show, you don't have to worry about losing a whole bunch of time.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, it's an always piss to me.
But back to the Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So, what have you been thinking of Season 2 so far?
Season 2 is good. You know, you kind of you lured me in with this notion that Season 2 was much worse. And I could definitely say that it's maybe not as good as season 1, but I think it's still definitely very good. It still had some good storylines to it. It kind of bounces around a little bit, but I really enjoy Miss Marvel being in here.
I think that's probably what's really helping you out, is that you really like Miss Marvel, and she's in this season like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Jennifer Hale as Miss Marvel is just fucking glory. It's so perfect for me. Like, it's just like, oh, it's like having Commander Shepard and Captain America on the same team. All I need is Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece, and this would be like my total nerd team.
Nah, just like on the floor convulsing.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, it happened. Fanfic came to life. No, but I enjoy it. The storylines work. You know, we're still getting some kind of decent villains in there. The theme songs are much lamer.
Yeah, isn't
that's
it?
An unfortunate. I like the Avengers Assemble at the end, but it's weird that it's like it went from being a song to being like it's a narration now.
It's a narration clip show.
Also, Captain America having a hologram shield was the stupidest thing in the world. I
didn't want to say that that's what happens with the shield, but because I mentioned it last time that I hate his shield in season 2.
I like it. Just doesn't even make sense to me. I'm just like, how does it even work? Like, how does a hologram still carry all the mass and force of an actual physical object, but still bounce? Why does it
need to come back?
Like it appears. It's terrible.
And it's so completely Deus Ex Machina, the shield, and it's
it's just like I just made this. It's like, why don't you make?
I made a wall.
Like, yeah, why don't you just always make things like that? If you can make a hologram that's apparently as strong as his actual shield is, and the shield's supposed to be one of the strongest things in the world, why don't you just make fucking a fucking suit out of your hologram magic armor?
Why don't you just make a giant shield bulldozer? Just go boom.
Yeah, fucking yeah.
Just become a Green Lantern. Just do it at this point.
Yeah. So that was not a great part, but otherwise, no, I think there's still been some strong moments to it. I liked some of the stuff they've been doing with the Secret Invasion, although I do see the problems that are created inherently from the Secret Invasion storyline, and it kind of has to force some superheroes to become super dickheads.
I mentioned this last time. I think it takes them too long to get to it.
Mm-hmm. It takes a while, and then it just kind of abruptly is like everyone acts like an asshole at once. There are some really cool things, though. I love the little storyline we get with Scott Lang. Ant-Man. That's really helpful for seeing how the Scott Lang character can easily apply to the Ant-Man movie. And holy shit, this guy is much more interesting than Hank Pym as Ant-Man. I'm sorry. Hank Pym is really annoying to me. So I'm 100% all for Scott Lang taking over that role.
Mm-hmm. Scott Lang's not bad. I don't mind him. I can't remember if Yellow Jackets popped up with you yet.
Not yet. He's coming up soon, I believe.
Yeah, wait to see Yellow Jacket. Wait to see crazy Hank Pym.
Are they gonna get to the eventual Hank Pym who fucking beats his wife?
No, that's the Ultimates.
Okay, they don't get that far.
Well, I think we'll have to read that at some point. One of the worst moments I feel in like comics, my opinion in comics is just that scene of him and Jan going at it, and he like beats her. She goes tiny, and he sends ants on her.
What the fuck? That's dark.
Yes. Thank you, Mark Miller.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was Mark Miller.
Yeah, now that you say it, yeah, that makes sense now.
Yeah. He's like, you shouldn't have called me small, Jan. Ants.
That's because she fucking makes a penis remark on him, and that's why he six ants on his wife.
I can't remember the exact context. I know I tweeted it at somebody recently, but yeah, fuck that comic. But yeah, other than that, it was cool seeing the Guardians pop in.
Oh yeah, that was great. It's not a complete Guardians team. There's no Drax. There's no Gamora. They have like Quasar in there and Warlock, I believe. And
Warlock instead. And the fact that they don't really work with the Avengers at all until like towards the end, and they didn't even speak English till towards the end of the episode too, kind of bites.
And I don't know if they show up again at all in this series, but it seems like they definitely have the potential to be a consistent kind of character in this, like consistent kind of like, almost like Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D., where they're like, we're not in every episode, but we can show up from time to time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if Guardians of the Galaxy does, well enough, maybe Guardians of the Galaxy TV show isn't
That'd be kind of rad.
impossible. So.
But I do love the at the end of the episode, like, hey, we could work together sometime, and then Peter Quill's like, no.
Yeah, fuck those.
He's like, bye.
See you later.
That's cool. That's neat. Peace.
That's cute. Bye.
Yeah, but yeah, I think there is a little drop in quality. I think that I still think that the loss of main serialization does hurt it.
Mm.
But there's some semblance of it, but it's not strong as I wish it was. At least where I'm at.
Oh, yeah.
Also, that season premiere was not a good episode.
I'm trying to remember the season premiere.
Doom. Doc Doom.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's cool seeing Doctor Doom. It's cool seeing, these aspects of the universe that you didn't see before because they're kind of sticking more towards the Avengers side.
Mm-hmm.
Now starting to take effect. They note specifically Spider-Man's in this universe. You get an episode with him. Eventually, X-Men are in this universe, though they aren't, I don't think they've shown up yet.
No.
Someone else, the Fantastic Four, those are in this universe as well, and you're getting to see them now. I think that's a cool aspect to it, to kind of see what the Marvel Universe could be like with all those different properties. And I still appreciate the fact the Marvel Universe doesn't have most of those properties, but it's cool seeing them all get to be incorporated.
Mm-hmm. That being said, that episode was lame.
Yeah, the episode itself wasn't the most amazing, but
it's also a really weak way to start a season off with pretty much the Avengers losing on a technicality and then being kicked out of a nation.
Yeah, that is kind of cool. My favorite episode, actually, and I don't know if you've gotten to it yet because you aren't finished with the Secret Invasion, is with Captain America on the Kree vessel. Or not Kree.
No, that's coming up. That's like one of my next episodes.
It's so cool. I'm sorry. I'm such a Captain America mark that I love everything that dude does when he gets to look super cool. And he's so awesome in that episode. Anytime they make Captain America into that hero, I'm just like, oh, he's so perfect. I love this guy. I strive to be like him. I love it just absurdly much, too much. He basically, he's trying to talk to, he has to work with all these other people who have been captured, and it's heroes and villains alike. So, he's forced to work with villains, but he doesn't he's always going to be like, look, I don't want to do this anymore and you do, but he's never going to leave them behind because they're allies. And it's just oh my God, oh, he's going to get left behind. Oh, but now the bad guys are helping him out because he's such a good person. Yay.
Go Cap.
I'm super lame when it comes to Captain America. I love the shit out of that character.
Yeah, he's a great character. I guess I got to start looking up decent Cap books for you then.
I've read Winter Soldier, but outside of that, I've not read anything.
Well, actually, no, we do have. We're going to be reading Secret Avengers soon, and that's a Cap team.
Oh, good.
There you go. So yeah, I mean, there's not too much else to talk about, is there?
No, not particularly. The second season only really kind of builds up into one big arc thus far, and that's
kind of weak sauce.
The Secret Invasion right now.
Yeah.
Which kind of gets solved pretty quickly and easily. But
by the way, the Secret Invasion's over. Hand wave.
And that's done. There's some fallout to it, at least. They don't leave things completely empty at that point. But yeah, outside of that, no. The first half of the season is just kind of small one-offs or slow builds into the Secret Invasion, so not a whole lot to talk about there.
Yeah.
So exciting. There are two little pieces of news I actually forgot to mention.
Oh, out of order.
Yeah, we're gonna mix this up a little bit. The first, though, huge news. Hugh Jackman would really like to be in an Avengers movie.
Oh, like the last time he said that.
Yeah, he's still going on about it now. I guess recently he had an interview with IGN, and he's like, "Oh, I'd really love to be a part of the Avengers. This function would be all there. He'd get into a fight with Hulk, and he'd probably shoot the shit with Thor, and he'd have such great rapport with Iron Man. Everyone at 20th Century Fox has no desire."
No.
To get into the Avengers movie, except for fucking Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He's so excited. He's like, I want it to happen, but it's not.
It's because he's actually enthusiastic about this shit.
Yeah, and he understands how cool it would be. I understand. I don't want them to like shoehorn Wolverine in if they got it in there. At this point, it's never going to happen unless they like open up a parallel universe for Wolverine to walk in through a portal and be like, "Hey guys, there's an entire other movie universe where I exist that has no relation to this one whatsoever,
and it's only half good."
But for this movie, I'm here and existed in this universe, and at the end, I'm going to go through that portal again.
It would actually be really funny if he just shows up and then just leaves.
Yeah.
No explanation. He's been there, like, oh, he's been off the edge of the camera the whole time.
He's been the cameraman the entire time.
Exactly. But no, it's like, and I like how he's so enthusiastic about it. And the best part is like, that would really be the person who I'd want to cross over, like, really badly. Because Hugh Jackman fucking kills it as Wolverine.
Oh, he's an incredible Wolverine. And I keep just sitting there thinking, like, I want that guy to get in one really, really good movie as Wolverine. Because he hasn't been, like, the first X-Men, I think you can go back and be like, it's okay, but it doesn't hold up.
The best one is X2 with him in it, and that's about
I
it.
guess. I wasn't crazy on X2. But...
Well, to be fair, it's some of the best Wolverine stuff's in X2, at least.
Yeah, but X3 garbage, or is terrible. Wolverine's not bad.
It's 2/3 a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, that fucking final act is... God, it's horrible.
I still love my joke that I say every time. The moment that he's riding off into the third act on his motorcycle is when the movie just goes to the shitter.
Yeah. Oh, God, that was a terrible Silver Samurai. But anyway, I would love... And hopefully Days of Future Past is this, because it is getting great reviews thus far, so...
Yeah, I've been hearing that... I've been hearing both sides. Like, I've been hearing that's really good, and I've been hearing some people saying... I think some I've read some that are like, people are just saying it's good because they want it to be. And I'm like, oh no. That's bad.
Well, yeah, I'll see about that. I'm hoping it's good, but I really would love to see him in just one awesome-ass, timeless piece, because he really does capture that character of Wolverine.
Yeah, it's like when I say, like, the best stuff of his was in X2, like, I love when he's defending the school.
Mm-hmm.
I love, like, his actual, like, the memories that he has of, you know, the Weapon X program in that movie, not Origins.
Yeah.
The most boring movie. How the hell do you make a boring Wolverine movie?
You cast Will.i.am in it.
He wasn't even the worst part.
Yeah, well...
He wasn't.
You cast a bunch of shitty characters no one cares about, or cast good characters in roles of characters they want, and then just don't use them at all.
Have the dumbest Gambit action scene ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break down the fire escape. Crunch, 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 crunch.
I'm off 5.
Woof.
But the big news, the big huge news that we didn't talk about.
Uh-oh.
Could there be a Namor the Submariner movie coming in 2016? Submariner movie. The Submariner. Let's call him the Submariner. I think that title better. Apparently, if you did not know this, because it's lost amongst the Sony owns Spider-Man, 20th Century owns X-Men.
4. X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men. Yeah, no one remembers that Universal owns the rights to Namor. It's like one of the few things that's like outside of Marvel that isn't in those other two. They own the rights to Namor, haven't done anything with it, and apparently there is a movie in place from Universal, Friday, November 4th, 2016, untitled. Rumors are heavily speculating it could be a Namor movie.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. I can't believe it.
Are you ready for a Namor movie?
Could we put that into the side of DC fucking up because we're going to get a Namor movie for Aquaman?
That is also pretty awesome that they're beating them to the punch and everything. They're going to get 2 speedsters out before a Flash movie.
Yep.
They're going to get potentially, a main female character solo movie for Wonder Woman, and then just like extra kick to the balls. We're gonna do a Namor movie for a Man movie, and I guarantee if you poll like 90% of the people who come out of the theater for Captain America 2, and like, do you know who Namor the Submariner is? And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Is that like Aquaman?
Was he in the movie? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, he's the submarine guy who was off camera the entire movie.
Yeah, he was in the water when they had that one scene by the water.
He's the guy who put Steve on the beach.
Yes, that was Namor. He's a very integral character of the universe. And some people have been speculating. Now, all this basically is coming out of a rumor from the Latino Review, which is somewhat spotty in its accuracy and sometimes
a little
throw shit out as clickbait, like, oh wow, you won't believe what we found out about Avengers or fucking no, what was the one they did recently? They were like, new Hulk movie confirmed, because there was an interview with Lou Ferrigno where they were talking about how he's going to be voicing the Hulk, and he's like, oh yeah, in the next movie I'm going to be voicing the Hulk, and they're like, new Hulk movie confirmed. He's like, dumbass, he's talking about the new Avengers.
Which is going to be weird because he didn't voice him in the first Avengers.
Yeah, he did. He
did actually, because I thought that was actually Mark Ruffalo.
It's a mixture. It's like three different.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can kind of even tell it when you hear it. You know, I mean, he only has like one line in the movie.
God.
But yeah, it's his voice, Ruffalo's voice, and I think someone else's voice, and then like some voice modulation put behind it. But yeah, Submariner movie potentially coming out. Would you want to see Submariner in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I don't fucking know. Okay.
You know what? That's what we need to have. Like next comic recommendation you need to find some pimp ass Namor the Submariner book.
Dude, I could find Aquaman comics before I could find Namor comics. Fun fact, see, I rag on Aquaman because it's easy. But no, everyone's like, no, Aquaman's awesome in the comics. I'm like, he's awesome sometimes. Let's be fucking honest.
Let's pour ourselves back here.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're able to make it work. Submariner I've never heard work. Anytime I ever hear about him, it's always like, yeah, he's like kind of a super asshole. Like, at least Aquaman's kind of like fun, but like Namor's just kind of like a super prick.
The problem like with Aquaman though is that he's a Boy Scout.
Is he? I always kind of imagined. I know with the new 52 and kind of the way they've placed him in the media since then, is they've tried to create more of this idea. He's like this badass king of the sea. He'll fuck your shit up. He'll send sharks over you. And
prior to that though, he was more Boy Scouty. So
yeah, I mean that's yeah. Yeah, I guess it also depends on what one you're getting. If you're getting like the one that has the hook for the hand or not. I think that was part of his like big reimagining, wasn't it?
He's got a hook.
He's a hook hand. In case you didn't get the water reference to his character, he's also a pirate now.
He was okay in because the only real major DC thing I've read in the past couple of years after they completely fucked up the Batgirl that I liked. Thanks guys, that was awesome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was God, what the fuck the name of that thing was? I can't remember the name of that shit. I just know that they fucked her up because of 1 year later. Because she was a mute ninja, and then a year later, now she's a talking villain that leads a gang. Good job. But no, the only thing I really read of Aquaman that I thought he was not bad in was Blackest Night, but then again, he was kind of a zombie, leading zombie sharks. It's Aquaman riding zombie sharks, so it's like, okay.
I feel like you could make a movie based on it. If you don't, you have to promote it so carefully, because you can't promote it as like a Namor movie. You have to be like fucking crazy superhero shit in the water, because like you can kind of entice people. Like we're in this world where like if you can create an enchanting world, like if you can create an Avatar like world, people will buy into it. But people are not going to just buy into a Namor movie. I just can't see that happening.
It is still silly that we could say that you could buy into a movie with a talking raccoon in a tree, but not a dude who's in the ocean.
I know, but it's just so lame.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The Guardians of the Galaxy are at least getting the support of the comic book community. At least they're like, look, it's kind of cool. Unless Namor comes in as like a fucking parody of itself. Like, it's like the Namor movie, and it's like Namor played by like Will Ferrell, and he's like, why am I here?
I'm talking to fish.
Oh my god, I'm wearing fucking fishy underwear.
Yeah, and then you're just gonna piss off everybody.
It's like, I'm watching. At least they were honest that this idea wouldn't work, and they just wanted to keep the movie rights.
It'd be great if it's just like their logo, and then it's like Namor, it's a dude shrugging, and then it goes coming soon.
Namor. I'm getting a movie. Click.
Probably. Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah, that's the huge news. Just had to get that out there.
I completely forgot because you messaged that to me, and I think all I messaged back was just laughter.
Yeah, it was just like, ha!
And then you said, no, seriously. And I'm like, laughter intensifies.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's what we're going to have. So, hold
Thanks.
back, everybody. I really hope that happens. I really hope that happens.
Jesus, just... So, yeah, that's it for that kind of stuff. So, comics.
Yes.
So, you've been catching up on your Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty far into Guardians. I'm actually surprised you've been trucking through that.
When I get interested in something now, part of this comes from the fact that I have to basically read an entire, like, decade worth of a manga in the span of 2 weeks for the other podcast I do. So I'm kind of used to, like, going through readed material pretty quickly. But yeah, no, it's been interesting stuff. I've been really getting into the world and getting into the characters. It's kind of interesting because at the start, the Guardians is kind of a very limited team. I think it's like 7 characters with like an 8th member who's like tangentially connected to it.
And Groot's just in a pot.
Yeah, like Groot's not even a part of the team at that point because he's like still growing. And then by the point I'm at now, there's like fucking like 4 new members, an alternate Guardians of the Galaxy team, like other tag-along characters. And it's weird because some of the characters I wasn't crazy on at the start, like Mantis, I've started to really grow to kind of like.
Yeah.
And they have a really good kind of dynamic between everyone that I'm really starting to enjoy. So I'm liking it for the most part. The only character I can't stand is I liked Quasar at the start. Now she's like Queen Stupid.
Yep.
And I don't like her as much.
Really? Never would have seen that one coming.
Yeah. She kind of got screwed on the pooch on that one. But otherwise, no, it's really enjoyable. It's a little bit over my head at some points with some of the cosmic stuff they get into, because it's a lot of referencing other stuff. You know, the Inhumans, the Shadari, the Shindari,
Shi'ar.
the Shi'ar. I knew it was something. Shi'ar.
I'm guessing it's SH2As. That's a Shi'ar.
Yeah, I know they're like connected tangentially to the X-Men.
Yeah, well, it also has to do with the Shi'ar Empire pops in the X-Men all the time. That's also where the Phoenix comes from.
Yeah, so I mean, there's some stuff there that I don't know about, and I'm kind of trying to pick up as we go. There's also a couple times where I can kind of see, like, this is the side of comics I don't like. Like, when characters are joking, like, I've been dead before and I came back. I was like, that's okay. Or when they go to, like, limbo or these, like, alternate universe reality things where I'm just like, death has no real consequence because they're, like, only kind of dead here or whatever, where you're just like, I don't really understand.
Yeah, I think I know the issue you're talking about is when they're just in Death's realm for like an issue, and it's like, oh, that's kind of happening.
Yeah, it's like, I don't really understand. Where is this? It's strange. It's still good. I like the characterization we're getting here. I like this notion that like Drax might be like an enforcer for life, essentially. Like that's like a title attached. So I think it's kind of cool. There's some really cool stuff in it too. I like Rocket a lot. He's funny. Seeing Peter Quill. Oh, that's one thing that did bother me.
Yeah.
It's that Peter Quill, like, this big drama incident arises that he basically used mind control to get the team to all agree to come together on it.
Yep.
And it's this huge plot thing that comes out. The team, it just self-destructs when it happens because no one wants to work with him. And then, like, 2 issues later, or like 3 issues later, almost everyone's back together, and it's never really brought up from anyone else except from Adam Warlock. Everyone else is just like, I'm back on the team now.
Like, it has to do with the fact that I think most of them, they're like, you know what, whatever. Let's just get back to work. And then Adam Warlock's like, guys, seriously, the fuck?
Adam Warlock's like, whoa, hold on. Just forget that he fucking mind controlled us to join the team?
Yeah. I also, there's also a lot of times when you're reading Guardians that you're like, is that part of the joke?
Yeah. There are some times where you're not sure if it's supposed to be just wacky weird. I mean, like, the fact that there's almost talking to the reader at points, like, it's almost like a reality show where you get, like, the talking head room place.
Yeah.
So it's a bit out there, but it's fun, though. And that's what I think is the most enjoyable aspect of this. It's just that I'm able to read this, and I'm able to have a fun kind of galactic sci-fi, very fucking sci-fi, based on the fact there's time travel and alternate dimensions and rippings of fabric of space and time all over this place. but I'm having a fun sci-fi read in this.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see that, since you can definitely tell that they're aping this version of the comics in the movie, that this movie's gonna be huge.
Oh yeah, and again, there's like just small stuff that I'm interested in reading about here and then seeing it in the movie. Like, if I hadn't read the comics, the fact that nowhere exists in the movie would just be like, man, whatever, who cares?
What's that thing in the thing?
Yeah, what's that? Is it like a building that looks like a skull? It's fucking a little on the nose for a villain base, don't you think? But now that I know what nowhere is based off reading the comics, it's much cooler. I'm just like, oh, there's so many fucking people there. Although they have said Mantis will not be in the movie at all.
Shakes fist.
Oh. Although I'm kind of glad on that because her power is kind of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. That's another one of those comic things. Where I'm just like, you take out so much of the drama with this by having a character who can literally tell the future and is every consecutive moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get into the awkward point of like, anytime something bad happens, you know, why is this character not seeming to react to it in the way they could?
Yeah. It's also one of those things too that I love the fact that there's a lot of these bullshit characters in the team, and they're just kind of like, okay,
oh my god, there's like, that is such a top heavy team. It's like at the top's fucking Adam Warlock, this super like this demigod. Then it's like Gamora and Drax, who are kind of like, you know, super assassins with like super healing abilities, and like Quasar. And it's like fucking like normal dude, dude with guns, super strength, normal dude.
80s dude.
Like, you're just like, how many fucking like martial artist gunmen can this team fucking have?
And how many of them have to be human, and how many of them have to be just weird things?
Yeah, you're just like, I'm a bug. What's your special ability? I'm acrobatic.
Cool.
How the fuck are you a use on this team?
That one time that he's useful. And I love that it plays off of that. That just like, you just have these things that can like end reality, and a dude who just shoots guns.
Yeah, you have like half the team literally is like the Captain America of the team, where they're just like, I'm just really in shape for my fucking size. And then at the very top, it's just like Adam Warlock is like, I can remake reality if I want.
I just don't feel like it.
I'm really fucking powerful.
I have to hold back all the time. But no, I love that Adam Warlock's a really interesting character.
He's fun. And again, I like that he's like the only character right now who's still like, that was really fucked up what you did, Star-Lord.
And I love the fact that Rocket was the first one who was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. I really like Rocket. I like that he's got this dedication to holding the team together. There's we talked about Jack Flag is his name. Randall Flag is the fucking stand character, I realized after I said it.
It's fine.
Jack Flag, he constantly talks about hating cosmic stuff. And there's just one point where Rocket's like recounting the crazy shit that's happening. He's like, I'm kind of getting why fucking Jack hates cosmic stuff so much.
And he's a great. I like how he brings it all down too, and he's just like, you know what, this is fucking weird.
This is weird as shit.
I also love that his introduction to the Guardians is a naked Peter Quill.
Oh yeah,
they're just like, hey guys, what's up?
Not me.
I do. I love the tone. It's really good. The art's really good. I do love Groot's introduction when he's actually in the team. We're just beating up tanks.
I love the fact that they nail in this notion that like Groot is so actually super intelligent and beyond us that it just seems like he's saying I am Groot over and over again, but instead he's like an incredible genius who carries so much weight and nuance in all of his words and every syllable that we just can't comprehend it.
I love that.
So like he's able to fucking like decipher cosmic rehabilitation off of like reality destroying tears, and every time he's trying to explain, it's just like, I am Groot.
That is the series in a nutshell. Is Groot. Groot like exemplifies Guardians to a T.
Yeah.
But
it's so much fun.
I know, and that's the thing too, is when like you see the first trailer, like, you know, that looks really cool, it looks neat, I'm kind of interested in that, and you read the comics going, oh my god, this could be amazing. And that's what I love about Guardians.
It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying the series greatly. I think I've got like 6 or 7 volumes left to go with it, and I want to see where the story goes. Cause,
And then the wrap up.
yeah, they've set up some stuff.
Yeah, because it wraps up with a mini event.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, the Thanos Imperative.
I have heard about that.
Yeah, because Guardians kind of got canceled. Just low readership, which I don't think is going to happen ever again.
Probably not, assuming that the movie does well.
I'm imagining. Well, this was also pre-Marvel Now, which was their soft reboot as opposed to a regular reboot. Hi, DC. So they just kind of did new issue ones, and I haven't read the Marvel Now version of Guardians, which I've heard is okay, which I'm gonna have to actually give that a read now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Thanos Imperative was them going, we need to wrap up some things with Guardians, so let's just make it about Thanos. So they did. They gave it 6 more issues. So there you go. And eventually, we should probably... I don't know when I want to read the Infinity Gauntlet, but I want to read the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, that has to wait until Avengers 3, right? I mean, but that, or at least the new Thor, right?
But here's the thing. When I want to read Infinity Gauntlet is because that's an entire line.
It's like a universe almost worth of because
it was a huge event.
I'm sure it affected more than just its regular book.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments that I know from the Infinity Gauntlet comic is the way Thanos dealt with Incredible Hulk is making him not exist anymore. And the Hulk's coming out and goes, "You don't exist," and that was it. And the Hulk's just gone. And it's like, okay, that's like shit just got real. But yeah, so I do want to sit down and read that. But I gotta say we're gonna be doing next time, and this is one I need to make sure that I read. And I want you to read too, but there's a specific time you're gonna want to read this.
Okay.
Because you're reading a book based on something that you may have heard of, and it's called X-Men: Days of Future Past.
I've never heard of this new. These words don't seem to make sense when you attach them together in the way that you have.
It's a little weird, I know. But we're actually going to read the original version of it, the one from the 60s, actually.
Oh.
Because they redid it, I believe, in the 90s?
Huh.
Can't really put a finger on it, because I know they did it twice. But that one's actually hard to get, but since the movie is coming out, you can imagine this is kind of easy to get now.
Oh, yeah, I'd imagine.
So it's right now, I just took a look at Amazon. It's right there called Days of Future Past. And if you're wondering what the image looks like, for those of you wondering, it is Wolverine standing in front of a spotlight in front of a whole bunch of names, which is one of those very iconic comic covers. Is that cover from Days of Future Past.
Isn't it the, I might be thinking of the wrong one. Isn't the one with all the X-Men's faces on bounty posters?
And some of their names are crossed out.
Yeah, some of them are crossed out.
Yep.
Some of them are apprehended. And it's who still won it. Okay.
It's a very famous comic cover, just like another really big one is the Spider-Man No More comic cover. The one that they aped in the second Spider-Man movie with the mask of the dumpster.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's another really big cover. I think the very first Ultimates one is very big, which is their big team shot. Is a very big cover. I think it's Planet Hulk, the one that Hulk is gripping the planet.
Yeah. I don't know if that maybe is on the same level. I don't
think it's on the same level as those, but I think it's becoming one because of how well liked that comic is.
Yeah.
Which is usually how these things become popular.
Yeah.
But we're going to be reading Days of Future Past, which is available on Amazon. The Kindle version is $8.79 actually. Which
Future Past. Let me see where it is on Comixology. I'm sure it's there.
This is going to be one of those really weird ones because it's in the middle of a run of comics, so there's going to be people popping in, Alpha Flock, Wendigo is going to be popping up in there. Yay!
Isn't it Wendigo?
Whatever. I don't care. He's dumb.
Okay, you can get the Days of Future Past book. It looks like it's only collecting 5 issues of it.
Yep,
though.
It is. There's only 5.
That's only 5. Okay, well, you can pick it up on Comixology. It's $10.99 if you're interested.
It collects issues from 1963, 138 through 143, and X-Men Annual number 4.
I like this description already. Relive the legendary first adventure into the dystopian future of 2013.
I know. Aren't you scared?
I love it when shit starts dating itself. It's like watching an episode of Jetsons, and they're like, "We're in the weird year of 2002."
You're like, my God.
In our hover cars. Like,
where's my fucking hover car?
Seriously?
No. So I'm gonna try to read this for next time, and I hope you will too.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Probably won't. Don't get your hopes up.
Man, those 5 issues would be tough to read.
I don't know. Yeah, it's made out of comic issue reading time.
Yes, you are actually.
Oh, sweet.
You're actually made out of. Unfortunately, you're made out of back issues of the X-Men comics.
Is it like the good time of the back issues though? Like, am I like?
We are talking like early 90s.
Also commonly known as the best years of the comic book industry, correct?
Yeah.
They called it the Dark Age because it was so bright it got dark, correct?
Yeah. We're going with that.
That's when they were the most popular, right?
Sure.
You're lying to me. Oh, before we leave though,
yes.
Big huge news. Yes. Captain America finally broke 700 million worldwide.
No, I saw that. I'm like, my God.
So congratulations to Captain America. That's fucking really awesome.
That does remind me, because I've been checking every day on the Blu-ray site I use for Captain America announcement. There's still no Captain America announcement.
Still no announcement yet. I'm imagining probably like November or something like that is when it'll come out.
No, usually they come out right before the next movie. I'm just surprised. Usually they don't even need to toss out a date. They just go, by the way, here's what's going to be on the disc. And sometimes this stuff will pop up pretty quickly. But no, absolutely nothing. I'm actually checking the site right now. It doesn't even have its own thread that I can easily get to. Oh, wait, there it actually is, actually. Oh, might be.
Now you look stupid.
I do look quite stupid. And I literally look stupid because it's only got one whole page of replies. Good job. Oof. But yeah, we have no information on when that's going to hit. I mean, just going based on the way Marvel puts out all their things, if they're going to throw it out around the normal time, probably early August. That's usually what they do. Is they try to help promote the next movie by putting the previous movie out and saying, "Hey, buy Captain America: The Winter Soldier on Blu-ray, and then go see Guardians."
That is true. They could do that.
Because usually what they also do is before the movie starts, they put the very first trailer on the disc is for the next movie. So like if I put in my Thor: The Dark World Blu-ray, the first thing that pops up is a Winter Soldier trailer. So
I could say that, yeah.
They've done that for pretty much every single movie. I mean, it has been lately that they've been coming out more frequently, but right before Iron Man 3, the Avengers Blu-ray came out, same thing with Thor, same thing with Cap. So I don't know why they break the streak now, unless Cap is still raking in that much money for them that they're probably not going to put it out. And then in that case, they probably would not put it out till October, November, although November's probably going to be packed as hell.
Yeah, and I mean, we still have that Cap for Strat thing going on about the terminally ill gentleman who's wants to see Captain America, but was too sick to see it in theaters and doesn't think he's going to last until it comes out on DVD.
I hope they actually fucking do that for him. Why is it taking them so long?
I think that Marvel's not dumb. I feel like they're doing it. They might just be like making it so that it's more than just here's the DVD. Yeah, maybe they're also like, hey, you're so excited, here's an early showing of Guardians 2 or something like that. Because clearly everyone knows, they got 5-6 of the Avengers cast to fucking take pictures with it. They got most of them. Yeah, it's basically everyone with Scarlett Johansson at this point.
And because she's not on set is the thing.
Yeah,
memory serves. Yeah. So
clearly everyone knows about it. It's not as though Marvel's like, look, we're not going to give one of our fans a free showing of the movie. And so I imagine they're doing it. I just feel like they're probably trying to do something bigger.
I can kind of see that, but I mean, Disney does have a history of doing this. They did it for, God, which Pixar movie was it? Oh my God, was it The Incredibles? It wasn't Finding Nemo. I'm thinking it was either Up or
Well, to be fair, if I were like terminally ill and dying, I wouldn't want to see the first like 10 minutes of Up. That would just kill me.
Well, it was some guy who I think it was some kid who was dying, and he wanted to see. It was maybe Toy Story 3, something like that.
Oh, God, that's another sad.
Let's
movie.
be honest, most of them are pretty sad. They're
Not all
they're
of
either
them.
intentionally sad or they're the Cars movies, which are unintentionally sad.
It's just those two. Those two were the really
And
sad
Wally's pretty fucking
movies.
sad.
I didn't watch Wall-E, okay? I didn't need fucking Disney to tell me I'm a fat human being.
Well, they didn't really do that.
Well, that's what I based off the trailer, and I was too lazy to see the movie.
There you go. Now you're actually proving their point.
Well, now I feel like I'm being condescended to by Disney, and I don't want to give.
Touche. But it was one of those. It was one of those later Pixar movies, and the kid was dying, and they actually sent the director, and they actually had a private showing with a few of the people who made the movie. They actually flew down with the copy, showed it, and then flew back with the copy. And it was something like the person died like 2 weeks later or something.
Yeah, I have to guarantee that something's happening for this Cap for Strat thing. I mean, I think it's
gotten too big.
It's gotten big, and I feel like even like the official Marvel account is tweeting about it at this point.
Yep.
So I feel like they wouldn't be. I can't imagine like the PR area of Marvel is that out of sync with like the inside group. It's just like, we don't want to lose that $7.50 he could have spent on a ticket or the $29 he spent on the DVD.
I'm afraid this person's gonna pirate the movie.
Yeah, he's gonna send it to all of his other terminally ill friends.
Bastard. No, because they're at the point now where if they don't do it, it's just gonna be a PR nightmare.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, good job, Marvel. Or actually worse, if they actually say they do it and it takes them too long.
Oh yeah, if they're just like, and here's the boom, and just like them like slowly closing the door and tiptoeing out.
Yeah, that's probably worse if it takes them too long to do it.
That'd be really sad. But no, I'm looking for good things. But anyway, that also, I mean, obviously they haven't announced when the date's coming for that either. So
they haven't. Yeah. We're vamping a little bit because I like it when we run about an hour, and we haven't.
What are we at now?
We're at 1:15, including the pre-call.
Okay.
So
I feel like we're close. Then we got to be like right on the edge.
No, we
got to be like we're very much neck deep, and I feel like we're right at the point where she's gonna be like, "Oh, I can't take anymore."
Oh God, no!
Too big.
Well, is
that what's your sound of a woman being like, "No, you're too big"? It's no.
No, I was actually I wasn't going with that. I wasn't actually paying attention to making dick jokes. No. Yeah, my bad.
I was making a sex joke, and then you made a sound effect that sounded like something out of South Park, and I got very confused.
I was actually more along the lines of people being crushed by things. Like, oh no!
Oh no, I'm going to be crushed by a giant penis!
I know that's your dream, but you don't need to project it on other people. But I was just going to say, like, there's a few Marvel things we could just baseline talk about.
What's that? Tell me.
We could eventually watch the old 90s cartoons.
Oh, God,
I think I got like 3 episodes into the Iron Man series and went, nope!
I don't know if I could. That's a lot to watch, and that's...
a lot of crap.
X-Men was good, but like that's one of those things that I'm like, I just want to let that sleeping dog rest. I feel like that's one of those things I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna feel so bad if I go back and it's like it doesn't hold up well, which I feel like it won't.
I rewatched X-Men and it holds up decently.
Because like it's the one thing you can't even like argue that DC fucking slaughters Marvel when it comes to animated series.
Yeah, there's a part of me that when I was rewatching the Batman stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Some of it is a little light, but whatever.
For the most part, it's still like a fucking real. That's like my plan. Actually, after I finish watching Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I'm probably gonna jump back in and catch, because I don't think they have Batman animated series on Netflix.
It's either, I think it's actually on Amazon is where it is.
It's annoying. But
I think that Batman Beyond.
I want to try to catch Batman Beyond because I never saw Batman Beyond as a kid. I hated it because I never really watched it, so I'm gonna try to give it a chance. But I want to catch up on Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and like rewatch those.
Yeah, but it is still sad that DC can only do TV shows. It seems.
Yeah, well, maybe that's even starting to lose its touch if this Gotham series pans out the way it looks like it's going to.
I didn't watch the trailer.
I'm 17-year-old Catwoman. Roar!
Can you hear my apathy from there?
Or the Flash series where they were like, let's make the Flash. Let's put him in the costume. But we don't want to make this world colorful, so let's mute all of the colors in it and give him a really dorky helmet. And then have him fight the Weather Wizard.
I'm sorry, as soon as I heard put him in a grim dark world, I went, the Flash, really?
Well, it's weird because the trailer I watched opens with his mom being killed by Professor Zoom. So you just see like a yellow and red Flash going around, and it's as bright colors as the Professor Zoom costume is. And then he gets his costume, and he's just in like dark maroon colors. You're just like, why?
Does everything in DC have to be dark?
I know they've been so hesitant to put their like heroes in the costumes for the most part in these series, but really, like, why wouldn't you just use regular red? Like, does it feel more realistic to put them in this like weirdly maroon color?
DC, please get out of the realism world, please.
I love that they had to reimagine the Weather Wizard though, because they're just like, look, we can't fucking call him that. Everyone's gonna laugh at us. So it's just a dude who controls the weather and like wears a leather jacket and stuff. They don't want to mention that it is the Weather Wizard, but they're like, look, it's the Weather Wizard. If you know the character, that's
You know what? We say that DC doesn't have balls, and they really do not feel like going for it. I mean, like you could say like Shield played a lot of safe. We got fucking Deathlock, a cybernetic dude with burns on his face who's like, I got laser arms.
I mean, it'll work like this. I just look. It's one of those things that DC has like a really good list of villains, except when it comes to like, it's mostly connected to Batman's lore, and then the other heroes have like their one or two good ones. Flash is just like garbage through and through,
like Iron Man's Rogue Gallery.
Yeah, it's just like you immediately get into it. You're just like, fucking Weather Wizard, the Sportster. Captain Cold, Mirror Master, what the fuck are these?
I still say Iron Mans are all pretty bad.
Iron Man has a pretty bad one. Warmonger's kind of cool. At least they made him cool in the movie.
It's just a dude in a suit who's cranky with him.
Yeah, but they made him cool by making it really personal. Otherwise, though, yeah, his fucking rogues got
I'm saying, in essence, that's what they all are, I do not like Tony Stark, he's a dick, I'm gonna go get a powered armor.
Yeah, I mean, look, his fucking rogues gallery is stinky doo-doo as well. And
Hulk's is not bad.
Hulk's got a pretty good one. I'll never forget the fact that the Mandarin was not played by Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Because I still think he would pull off the best one out there.
Yeah.
In this super racist Iron Man. Oh, hurrah, Iron Man! You have come to face the Mandarin!
That is one of the theories about who Sky's dad is.
The Mandarin?
Yeah.
Or Howard Stern. Because I think it'd be awesome.
Maybe both.
Like, my dad is Howard Stern.
My
what
God.
the fuck?
Plot twist.
Everyone's just like, what was with that weird thing with his hand covered in blood? And I was just like, Howard Stern just felt like covered his hand in blood that day.
He just has vats of blood next to him. He just dips his hands in.
Yeah. He was helping Artie Lang try to call another suicide attack.
I'm really pumped to see what they're going to do with the Mandarin now.
They open it up. They definitely have the room for that there.
They could probably easily do it in TV at this point. Although it piss off a lot of people.
I feel like they're going to save that for the movies, though. Because Mandarin, even if he like isn't necessarily a great villain, he at least has name weight in the Marvel Universe, I feel.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that I hate his character a lot. But he just has weight. And we'll eventually get into Iron Man 3, but I was actually okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like crazy. Like, oh, like fucking ruined the Mandarin, because the Mandarin's always like such a wee. Like, I have magic rings. Like,
I'm fighting your technology with magic, and it's like neat.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you were like actually using magic and not like I have magic rings that do magic things. Like, okay, this is.
And also now we're in the universe where magic is technology.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that all kind of plays out there, but I imagine they'll save her in case there is an Iron Man 4. Or, War Machine movie or whatever they decide to do.
Rhodey, the movie.
It's not impossible.
I mean, Marvel's already been making you think about weirder things.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, we got a Namor movie coming out. Why not?
Is that actually going to be part of their universe at all, or just them just in a movie?
It's them right now. It's all rumor, but a lot of discussions like, would Universal be the first company to work with Marvel to get them in the cinematic universe?
I would honestly think Marvel would probably say no.
Yeah, at this point, I'd be like, why bother? Like,
Marvel's like, you're fucking up our plans.
Yeah, like you're gonna put a third movie out in a year where we're like, look, we want to kind of control what we're putting out. We don't over fucking load people for a franchise we definitely would not have, like, if we owned the rights to, would not be on our front runners for fucking things to put out.
I mean, we got the fucking Punisher over here. We put that out before a Namor movie.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Jessica Jones TV series. And you think we're rushing to get a Namor movie out there?
A Namor TV series might not be bad.
Yeah, I started to think about it. I was like, I don't think you could make a convincing water world with a TV budget.
Meh.
Unless it was like animated.
Yeah, go with that.
I couldn't see it as like a live action show. I feel like that would run into the world of like.
Well, we'll see how well produced these upcoming shows are.
Yeah, that'll be the key to everything. Comic-Con, getting real close.
Every time, man. You make me laugh with it every time.
It's around the corner. Like a month.
I know, but I mean, I'm just laughing because it's just like, is he going to say comic this time?
Comic-Con. Yeah, Comic-Con.
It's going to be comic this time because it bounces.
It's always Comic-Con.
Maybe it's both at the same time.
Yeah, maybe there are comics there and commies there.
Now I'm just imagining it's just comic, but with a K and an A in the beginning.
Maybe it's that. Maybe it's Comic-Con. Maybe it's Comic-Con. Maybe it's Kami, like Kami House, like from Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't want to go there?
Yeah. Who would not want to see Dragon Ball Z with the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
That would be hilarious.
Like Thanos shows up, they're just like, we don't know what to do. And it's like, and fucking Goku shows up. He's like, I'll be here to help, guys.
Well, since the fact that there's fucking fan fiction of him with Anne Frank, I'm imagining that's probably already been written.
Well, I feel like someone with better talent and more sexy descriptors should write a new version.
Get on that internet. That's a really good place for us to end this week. We'll see you guys next time, where we're going to talk a bit about X-Men, actually, probably. I should mention this before we leave. Whenever we're going to have a comic book movie coming out, since I see my movies traditionally Thursdays, I will probably, at the very end of these podcasts, slip in my thoughts on the movie, like as a post-recording.
Oh, just you, though. I don't get my post.
No, well, because you usually see them over the weekend.
Yeah.
So you'll see them after the episode's out, so I don't know how you'd be able to.
Why don't you just record? Why can't I just record something that's completely fucking?
I think the movie was good. Beep boop.
Not even about the movie. I'm just like, today I tried to make pancakes, and I don't know why it didn't fucking turn out the way I wanted it to.
So I went back in time to try to make them better.
But I want to like interject it with like you talk. So it's like you go in, you're just like, X-Men Days of Future Past, I think, is a very good movie, though it maybe tries to be a little bit too ambitious, and it cuts to me. I'm just like, the fucking box doesn't even tell me that I needed eggs. I thought that was just fucking included in the packaging, and it cuts back to you. You're like, Jean Grey plays a shockingly pivotal role in the movie, and it cuts back to me. I'm just like, and I tried to put blueberries in it.
And I guess hate blueberries.
They were too big, so like the blueberries were thicker than the pancake, and that was just a fucking mess.
Hey, if you want that in there, you gotta send it to me.
Don't tempt me. I will make these things.
Okay, guess what? I give no fucks. Send things to me and I'll put them in.
Oh, good. It's gonna be me playing the Mandarin as my racist dad.
Deleted.
I'm sorry.
See, combined with that and the Blacktastic 4, I think we've gone far enough.
The Blacktastic 4.
I still want to see that movie. Okay, guys, we'll see you all next week. We're going to talk a little bit about X-Men movies. We're also going to be probably talking a bit about comics and probably finishing up talking about Earth's Mightiest Heroes if Chris finishes and lets me know that he's finishing.
Maybe. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Who knows? See you guys next time.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. Ryder here, and it's 1:30 in the morning. I just got home from seeing Days of Future Past, and I have to say it was good. It had some problems, which I'll get into when we actually sit down and actually talk about it. But I'd say it's worth a watch. So you can go out this weekend and give this movie a watch if you are so inclined. No real big problems with it, just small things problem with it. I just realized I'm not making any sense at that point. So have a good night. See you guys next time. 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 See you guys next time.